Hello, everyone. Welcome to AI Dungeon Crawlers. Today is Friday, September 24th, 2021, and welcome to the dungeon, where the five of us traverse the treacherous mind of a sinister AI, programmed with the insights of 10,000 authors, throwing melodramatic looks at our every turn as we struggle to make the next greatest film noir since Sam Spade dug himself an early grave. Just a friendly reminder, if you link your Amazon Prime to Twitch, you unlock Twitch Prime, which gives you one free subscription to any channel on the platform per month, and we would love it if you used it here. We also have a tip jar down below if you're so inclined, but if you really want to support the show, be sure to share it with friends and family. Follow us on Instagram, as well as like and subscribe if you are watching on YouTube. It's a huge help. But first, morality isn't black and white, but shades of gray. Lights up on a smoldering cigarette. He knows they're bad for his health, but hell, he's got nothing else to live for. And he won't be living much longer if he doesn't get a case soon. He'd take anything. A dangerous femme fatale, a down-and-out drunk with a tail from here to Albuquerque, a disgraced politician trying to hide a love nest. But for now, he waits. Maybe he can tell us a story to pass the time, because he's our narrator and protagonist tonight. It's Eric Lehman. Hey, Eric, welcome back.
Wow, good intro, Jack. I've
Hey,
never
thanks.
heard that before.
First time.
Wow.
Bam, bam.
We're so good at this.
What are we playing today?
We're drinking whenever we get a lead, Jack. We're
Great.
in a Noir novel. We're solving cases. We're taking names and being sneaky. So
Great. If you guys want to drink along at home, we drink anytime we hit the retry button, and right now we're drinking every single time our character gets a lead on the case.
all right.
His door creaks open, and a knife of shadows slices across the room. It's a man silhouetted in the door. For a moment, he thinks it's his salvation, but soon he realizes it's the most terrifying thing he could have imagined. Something so horrible, this line didn't make it past the Hays Code. Just when he thought he caught a break, an artist walks into his office. The one sucker with even less money than a broke detective. He better paint a pretty picture if he wants to sell this case. Or this show, because he's our illustrator tonight. It's Noah Schaefer. Hello, Noah, once again.
Hello once again.
Hello once again. And once
it's-
again, how was your week?
And it's still, well, I was going to say that intro still hits just as hard
Just
anytime
as hard.
I hear
Every time.
it.
All three times.
But no, my week was good. I got to see you, and I got to see Eric.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, we went to see a movie.
We did. We had movie nights. Thank you for those of you who joined us. I think Astrid was here and Misa popped in and out. It was lovely.
Yeah.
Noah, do you have any art to show us this week? I won't be able to see it.
Well, I would say what I do have is I don't even remember if we've actually looked at this before. Oh, and apparently this is going to be slow again, because great. I don't recall if we ever ended up looking at this piece before. I think we might have.
No, I don't recognize that one.
No, I didn't remember.
I love the background.
Yeah. You
If
know.
you were to describe it to me, a blind man.
So to a blind man, I would say that it's a young elf with pink hair,
Okay.
sitting in the grass. It's Link from Legend of Zelda.
Oh, okay. I was like, what is this strange image you're describing?
Yeah,
I saw this on your Instagram, didn't I?
Yeah, it was in my one story, and I sent you a larger piece.
Yeah.
But yes, this is actually something I've been working on,
It looks lovely, Noah.
and it's the
Thank you
most
for,
color. Oh yeah, of course.
Oh, please.
It's gonna be the most color that we're gonna see in the entirety of the stream.
Sure is, because film noir, it's black and white.
dark.
It's in the name. Through the foggy streets, a lonely street lamp illuminates a man. A tall man, leaning on the lamp in a case. A certain little detective comes by. He's got information. The word on the street. His ears are keen. His eyes see all. And his crotch just sneezed. Wait a minute. It's not a 7-foot man at all. Why, it's the notorious Belagamba brothers in a trench coat. Why, with powers of deception that keen, they could be anybody. And they'll be playing everybody, both Jesse Beam and Drew Defoe. Hello, both of you. Hello, greetings.
That was excellent.
Should we be
Thanks.
talking in unison, Drew?
Yes,
Yeah, I think-
everything from now on.
Okay, ready?
please and
One,
thank you.
2, 3.
No, don't, dear God.
Absolutely
Absolutely.
love
You
to be
loved
here
the
tonight.
ink
They're
that
so
here
in sync. How do they do it? I'll begin
I
with you.
love. Oh, he's not.
You guys are doing a great job. I'm really proud of you both. Jesse, let's
Finish
begin
each
with
other's-
you. Your lighting, first off, is amazing. You look like you're straight out of a film. It's incredible. How are you doing? How's your week?
I'm all right. You know, I'm seeing family, which is good, and you know, keeping busy, which is good.
That's also
And
good, yeah.
Smoking a lot of fake cigarettes, which is not good.
Nice. I mean, that's the only kind of cigarettes worth smoking. Thank you so much
True,
for joining
yeah.
us from way off in North Bay, I believe.
North Bay, Ontario.
Just the furthest point from any other point in Ontario.
That's true. We're
famously.
basically space.
And Drew, welcome back. Once again, joining us for a show that requires an upright bass and a brushed snare. For, I believe, the
Thank
third
you.
time in a row. No.
Yeah, I think so. I believe so. I like, you know, big band kind of style or jazzy feel. I don't know.
I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
How was your week? Anything exciting going on?
Well, yeah, my week was actually pretty fantastic, I guess. Have a new project on the go, which is super
Ooh,
fun.
Work,
Trying to
work.
produce something in, you know, Angkor.
In what, sorry?
Angkor. Angkor
Is that a-
Watts.
Is that a
Anybody
place?
know where that is?
That's in
Yeah.
Indonesia or India?
Hey,
It's the famous
famous,
old ziggurat kind of thing, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The cigarettes.
Eric
return.
wins the point.
I
Mark him
play
down, Noah.
Civilization. I have
Eric,
no
farther away than Northern.
I know my
Eric-
cigarettes.
Eric begins with an extra point for the game.
Ah!
I agree. I'm okay with that.
The camera pans slightly to the right to
Cambodia.
see slumped in the corner because he's one too tight. It's me and my 87 keyed piano. That stupid bar can't even pay for keys. My script just says mumble irately in italics. We're doing film noir today, everybody, diving deep into the dirty, twisted, and tangled streets of Paris, 1923. I know things are a little bit weird on the tech side, but thank you for bearing with us. Shall we dive in, my friends?
Let's get going.
Let's get... All right, don't need to sound that defeated. Here we go.
Paris is a city in the 1920s. It is a dark and gritty place where the innocent are often victims and the guilty are often criminals. It's a world where the police are corrupt and the criminals are powerful. The people in Paris live in a city of light and shadows, where a beautiful facade is often just as dangerous as the dark world outside. I'm Raymond Chandelier. I'm a private detective in the city of Paris. I'm looking for a woman who went missing. But I'm not certain when she was but I am certain she was last seen at a small club in the city. I'm not certain what exactly I'm looking for. But I know the club is filled with unusual people. I enter the club. I see no ordinary people here, and that's because there are no ordinary people in this city. I begin talking to strange characters at the bar, hoping one of them knows something about the woman I'm looking for. Hello, sir. I'm looking for a woman who was last seen at this club. Have you seen her? I ask as I show the portrait of her to the two strange men. One of the men looks at the picture and recognizes her. He says,
It's Eliza. She and I,
he pauses and looks around before continuing.
we used to meet up here at this club. I haven't seen her in a while, though.
Do you know where she lives? The man thinks a moment, then says,
I think she said she lived in the downtown area. She was always complaining about the noise from the bars and late-night crowds. She wanted to live someplace quieter.
I thank the man and say I'll try my luck elsewhere. I'll try my luck elsewhere. I walk away.
Okay, thanks.
I walk away and look at the portrait again. I can see now that she's very pretty. But she's not Gwen.
Paris. A
Paris.
broken-hearted man harassing people in a bar. Classic. Everyone speaks English and sounds a bit American.
Like how in classic Hollywood style, there were two people in that scene, but only one of them got dialogue.
And
The
half
other
of
one,
it was the man
his
in
agent
ADR.
wasn't as good.
The other one got to give a dramatic look and walk away.
Oh, yeah, that's true. And do you
I'm
mind
busy
serving
wiping
that to
this
us now while we're
glass.
here? That was good.
Playing with a switchblade.
I was a big fan of our double usage, doubling down on the dialogue because everyone knows the audience was dumb at the time, just being like, and I told him this, so here you are. So what are you thinking, Eric? This
Let's-
isn't really
let's-
a lead, is
Let's
it?
head downtown and ask around.
All right.
Mysterious
Kind
B
of a
has a
lead.
redemption. They want us to buy the closest thing to a hot dog we can find in this godforsaken French capital.
I go for a hot baguette.
Sausage on a
wiener.
baguette.
Yeah, it's German sausage.
Looking for her apartment.
Is that a cat? A street cat here. It's Paris, of course. They're everywhere. A
Could
black
be
cat
any
crosses
number
your
of
path.
cats now because there's one outside my door too.
Oh, no.
It's definitely mine. He's right here and he won't leave me alone. The saucisse de pain.
Yes. A bread
My
sausage.
sausages are pain.
King of Autumn says, I know I have the fan casting for the end of the episode, but after the sudden passing, Norm MacDonald is Ray Chandelier. Who's Norm MacDonald? Remind me?
Comedian.
Medium?
Oh.
Who's sorry?
Comedian.
Yeah.
He was on
SNL.
Saturday Night Live for Weekend Update.
Oh, shoot. Oh, yes. That's
Yes.
right.
Comedian. He's super dry kind of humor, but
Perfect
like
to play
dad joke dry.
A depressed Frenchman full of dad jokes.
I know when I think depressed Frenchman, I think of Norm MacDonald.
Honey Ham says, meow to you too, mon ami. An ongoing conversation with a nearby cat. Drew, set the scene. Describe Paris to us as he walks through it.
Lyle. He hasn't found his place. Not tonight.
Who's Lyle?
The cat.
Oh, I got it. Sorry. Understood. Yes, we cut away to a cat and what they're up to in the meantime.
Le Chat de Paris.
We've got some plot. We cut away from the cat.
Cat's like, well, let me tell you about. Oh wait, they're
I was gonna
okay.
bring in the guy, but you interrupted.
It's the
Anyways.
famous feline foreshadowing of the
I
Noir.
just thought I'd build in the cat meow.
We'll bring it in.
I decide to head downtown to ask around, looking for her apartment. I grab a hot baguette from the hot baguette stand and ask the German man in the stand if he knows where Eliza lives. I say, have you seen this woman? Show him the picture of Eliza.
Nein.
He says, then continues to look at you angrily. You decide to leave the stand and move on to another stand across the road.
Don't hand me that Sherman baguette.
Hot baguettes are delicious. I love eating them while walking down the street. As I continue walking, I find that everyone in this city is very rude. Even though I am a tourist, they still yell at me and tell me to go away. They're very unfriendly people.
Damn Parisians.
Empathy bot,
What does it say?
you were mean to the man. You lose 2 points.
I'm sure he was mean to us.
Those German sausage dealers. Why don't we carry on to downtown and ask another man? We're having a hard time. No one's very helpful. We can't just keep walking
gotta give
around
us a
asking
lead.
Frenchmen if they know this
My,
woman.
my problem was making him German. It just made him so abrasive.
AI Dungeon's still a little bit racist against the Germans.
Always, yeah. All right, why don't you now take us? We
All
cut
right.
back to the cat after this unprecedented scene at the baguette.
He hasn't found a place to settle yet. and he sees a dumpster across the street. He knows he can make the run, so he does. It's raining slightly, and his paws slip on the edge of the curb. Luckily, he's caught.
We cut back to
Gentleman, looking for something. I can't remember his name. Raymond. Raymond picks up the cat and ushers him along his way towards the dumpster as he re-sticks his hands into his pocket, deep in his trench coat. As he continues on, the pools of light cross as he walks towards the tall buildings of Paris.
See, that was in the director's cut, so they never actually did narration for it.
Oh.
Exactly.
There would have been narration, but instead they
pick up
get
the
the
cat.
audio tech in to just be like, and he picks up the cat.
The problem is they couldn't get Norman McDonald for the ADR, so they had to
Just have an intern.
He picks up the...
Just do some scratch vocals for now. We'll figure it out.
I scan the street looking for the friendliest person to talk to. I see an old man sweeping the sidewalk in front of the store. He doesn't look like the rest of these people. He looks like he might be friendly. I approach the old man and say, "G'day, sir. I'm a visitor to this city, and I'm trying to find a young woman named Eliza. Have you seen her?" The old man stops sweeping and looks at me sadly. His face shows you that you've come to the right person. He says, I'm just going to hit enter.
Oh, please. This is great. Who's playing the old man? The role of old man will be played by...
Drew.
I guess, yeah.
Drew.
I've only
Beautiful.
said 9.
That's
so-
right. Yes, and it was a hell of a performance.
I felt it. I had to leave.
In his
So
rider,
compelling.
he gets more than one word per scene.
He says,
Eliza. Yes. I know Eliza. She's a kind and caring person. She used to come into my store every day. I hope you find her.
he takes my hand and shakes it warmly. You thank the man and continue on. I thank the man and continue on my way. Well,
You came to the right place. I knew her. See you later.
after asking,
Probably help you find her, but I'm not gonna.
I feel like everyone must know something. Everyone must know what happened to her, right? Because they don't want to say. They're like, oh, don't talk to him. Oh.
Ah, so it was the delivery. So it's more like, I hope you find her.
Yeah, I mean, I'm convinced. Once again, an Emmy Award nomination-worthy performance.
Raymond realizes I can't compete with performances like these. Gotta get out of this frame, or else I'm gonna be upstage this whole movie. Thank you.
Hope I get that job hosting Weekend Update later.
After seeing a few more people, I learned that Eliza lives in an apartment not far from here. It's 10:30 a.m., and the sun beams down on the city.
How many noirs set early in the morning on a sunny day?
They seem to be perpetually on rainy Saturday evenings.
Yeah, no, not today. It's like a Tuesday morning, 10:30. The bakery's just opened, fresh
It's
bread
nice
coming out.
There's birds tweeting. Everyone's
Yeah,
happy.
things are pretty good, actually. But everyone's
This was an
just
early
very
one, Jack.
rude.
They hadn't quite nailed down the mood yet, I think.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So this is like film gris. All right. Well, we know where she lives.
Yeah,
What if we
King of
just
Autumn
show
said just say, like, go to her apartment. So can you write that in?
You know what?
I mean, hey.
Someone's already done it.
Oh, and you know what? That's how plot happens.
That's amazingly how you tell a story is you learn things and then you act on them.
Oh,
I go to her apartment and knock on the door. I call. Hello? Is there anyone there? No one answers, except a stray cat walking along the wall.
Whoa!
The door to her apartment is unlocked. You open and call inside. Eliza? I head into the living room area and search the room. I notice that the table in front of me is full of photographs. You walk over to examine them, and that's when you see Eliza in the picture. I'm just
You found
gonna
a picture of Eliza.
gain a point.
Worth 1 point. This photograph. Well done.
We're
Good
breaking
job.
even. Let's just see what it does. What's in the photograph?
But you knew it was her apartment.
Yes.
But who has
Well, I
pictures
found
of
a
themselves
clue.
in an apartment?
Who has pictures
Bad.
of themselves just strewn on the coffee
Right?
table?
There should be a picture of like someone else that we
I-
then go.
Yeah, right? No, it's her apartment, and I can
Okay.
prove it. Here's a photograph of her on the mantelpiece. That's a lead, everybody. Take a drink.
Oh, we've missed a couple, I think.
I think
I
Lyle
knew
should
her.
have counted
Yeah,
as
we
a
should have
lead.
gotten a drink when we learned where her apartment was. So, I guess
All right,
everybody
drink
knows.
twice, I say.
All right, don't have to ask me twice.
But I will. Drink again.
Oh, damn it, Jack.
That's right.
All right, I see Eliza. She's a pretty girl with long brown hair and a nice smell. But what really catches my attention is the fact that she's tied to a chair in almost every photo.
The ransom photos.
Oh,
Wait a Okay, I have many questions about these photos.
This is the worst kidnapper ever.
One,
Hey,
He's
look,
hidden them
evidence.
I'm hiding them in the place, but no one will think to think. Look, right in her
Why
apartment.
did you take them?
or she's taunting you.
taunting
Oh.
me? Oh,
why? Here's
It's going to
my
relate
question.
to an old case. That's my prediction. Sorry, Noah.
Sorry, it's okay. My question is, so your takeaways from these photos are, yes, she's pretty,
yeah.
she smells nice.
Nice
Oh,
smile.
Smile is nice.
Oh, I thought it said
These
she
photos
smells
smell like
nice.
Hey, look, Eric isn't the Emmy Award nominated
Hated
performer
actor, yeah.
on this show.
This is Raymond Chandelier's his first and last leading role.
Early installment.
We'd like to welcome and graciously show him the exit, Raymond Chandelier.
All right. She's tied to the chair in almost every photo. My heart skips a beat though when I realize that I've found Eliza. Something's very wrong. I look at the wall across the table and see a mural painted on it. I walk closer to get a better view of the painting. Painting shows a picture of Eliza. I'm just hitting at her. I feel like this is an act
There's
break.
photos of her tied up everywhere, and then a giant portrait
You took one as like inspiration and painted it on one wall.
also tied to a chair.
There are three men in top hats standing around the chair.
In the picture?
Yeah.
Oh
that's
no,
all-
sorry. There's a painting shows a picture of Eliza.
Oh, the painting shows a picture of Eliza. She's dressed in a red gown with her hands tied to the arms of the chair. Above her is a banner with the words, "Bid on a night with Eliza" written on it. You also see a burlap sack on the ground near the chair. There are three men in top hats standing around the chair.
Okay, so I just wanna say, like, the guys who did this are somewhere going like, "Hey, where's all the stuff for the show?" "Oh, I think I left it at her apartment."
I love the idea.
Ah, come on, Jerry.
They're at her apartment and they're like, so what's the show gonna be like, guys? What's the show gonna be like? And they're all discussing it. Like, I just can't vision it. Jerry, could you paint it on the wall?
This wall's
I
blank.
got
Let's
this
use it.
big
"Oh, that's
box.
perfect. I can see it. I can see it."
She's in the middle and she's talking.
We spent all this time taking
Where?
photographs.
Where
for
are
the
we gonna
promotion
Say
of the show.
bet on
but-
a night. No, not bet. Bid. There we go.
Yeah, there it is.
Wait,
I love that.
guys, where are we gonna put the burlap sack?
"We're in the money now." He's just doing this with the photos.
Everyone to the theater.
Great. So we've discovered an underground sex trafficking ring. It seems, which is quite quite dark for a neo noir film.
So this is clearly an act break, but I just want to say, like, all right, this went pretty dark. I hope we're okay with that. But
Yeah.
this is an insanely strong, inciting incident in like Act 1 for the AI.
Yes.
That's a very clear, like, all right,
Yes.
we have means, motive, and opportunity. Like,
That's right. And some people we're looking out for.
Yeah.
3 men in top hats. We can
And
get
in
them
perfect
soon.
AI fashion, it doesn't fully make sense.
No, but it kind of does. A little bit dreamlike. Shout out to Latitude. They've been working hard as hell on their AI and updating it daily. Really incredible work that they're doing. Thank you guys. Much appreciated. Let's move on now. As we always do at the end of our first act, we play a little bit of a trivia game, but not just any trivia. Today, we dive deep beyond the classics and test your knowledge of this beloved film noir genre. Basically, I'm going to be giving you a real film noir title. You tell me what the film is about. It's a simple game with more points being awarded for the more accurate you are. I call this game the Detour, or the cult classic conundrum. countless cases of craft catastrophically and cleanly cancelled from the collective consciousness. Let's begin. The first game. The first film from 1936. It's called Bullets or Ballots.
Oh, how are we ringing in?
Oh, excellent question. You ring in by making a sound of a depressed alcoholic solving a case. Horrifying, but all right.
I think the plot is about a murder that is taking place during a municipal election. And yeah,
That's all you got. A municipal election. Excellent. I'm assuming
Yeah.
this cough was Drew buzzing in.
Oh
from-
yeah, for sure.
Oh,
They always
yeah,
come.
all right, well, go ahead.
I think it's a mafia show, and the mafia is trying to control who wins the election, and they're
Okay.
threatening someone in that is going to run.
Cool. I like that. Very good.
God. They don't pay me enough for
That's
this.
just sounds like Eric.
All right. I think that this was a riveting thriller, where ballet had just come to New York. They didn't quite understand the French pronunciation, so they were like, "We're going to the ballet," and and so it accumulated in a giant enormous production of Swan Lake, where the woman had to do 38 flautes and do an extra 6. Why 6? We don't know. It was 1937, and they didn't know film.
What's a
tech.
flaute?
A flaute is where you spin around and kick your leg out, and you do it. And Swan Lake famously
And
has
you just
32
infamously,
flautes
yeah.
that she has to do. She has to do 38, and if not, she gets the bullet at
She
the
gets
ballet.
the bullet with her name on it.
Yeah,
Like in White Christmas, where she does the spinning.
that's
a flaute,
exactly a
yes.
flaute.
That's
The
a
famous
flaute,
shooting
yeah.
that's in White Christmas. Yeah.
yeah.
the
Actually,
famous
It's
scene
the
where-
famous
Actually,
bullet because she
it was-
does the flaute
it
so many
was-
times. Someone
it
comes
was-
out and just pops her.
You'll never watch White Christmas again because White Christmas was actually subtly adapted from this by Irving Berlin. Who decided
You know what? This movie needs music.
music. Yeah. It's subtle. Like when Bing Crosby's singing Count Your Blessings instead of sheep.
He's loading shots into a
Yeah.
revolver.
Yeah.
Norm MacDonald was the wrong cast for this. We need Bing.
Hey.
Noah, do you wanna take a crack at this?
Well, if I have to.
That's
Well-
you about to drink something, right?
So I would wager that I don't believe that it is a mispronunciation of ballet. I do believe it has something to do with an election.
Okay.
I believe that it is a candidate in said election has been told that he's been given an ultimatum. Either scandals about his life will come out, or he drops dead.
Ooh. Nice. I will say of all of you, Drew is the closest. You get 1 point for mentioning the Mafia. Bullets or Ballots, 1936, is about a former detective Blake undercover in the mob takes down a police commissioner in a bid to convince the mob boss that his intentions to join the mob are sincere. The Racketeers has nothing to do with politics. I was just trying to mislead you.
What, did
That's
it
how
have
they
to-
get you good.
Was it unions?
Yeah, no, Racketeers. No
Okay.
mention of unions from the
Okay.
plot synopsis that I read.
All right, cool.
Maybe. Yeah.
Who knows?
Next up, my name is Julia Ross from 1945. Also, welcome to Alasamorph for following. Thank you. Good for joining. My name is Julia Ross, circa 1945. What is it about?
It was Julia Ross. It was Julia Ross. It's about a very irate lady who is very tired of everyone forgetting her name, so she decides to go on a cross-country trip, trying to find the place where she belongs, but slowly, as everyone just completely forgets her as the most forgettable character of an era, she descends into madness and ends up throwing herself off the Grand Canyon.
Oh my jeez. Sounds like a real heartwarming classic.
Yeah.
Anyone else want to buzz in? I'm giving you 5 seconds. 4.
I don't got the time,
All right, Jesse.
but
you
I'm going
first.
for one more drink.
Well, you go and take that drink, and I'll call you in a minute.
It was actually the first film noir cooking show. she then, of course, changed her name to Julia Child.
I was gonna make a Julia Child reference, and I was like, no, that's not good enough.
Well, I'm nothing if the one who takes the bad jokes and leaves the good ones for you, Drew. So go ahead. And
5 seconds. 4.
Mine's not a joke.
Okay.
Mine. I really think that I'm gonna go on the opposite of where Eric went with it, and I think that she was a realized star, and it killed her because she couldn't keep up with the fame. And it's to show like the degradation of the city and of of fame.
Oh, that's cool. I like that. All right, 5 seconds for anyone else to buzz in. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, Eric, I'm going to give you the point. It is
She threw herself off the Grand Canyon.
No, Grand Canyon's not involved. But what is involved is a woman who is down on her luck, and maybe people don't know who she is. American Julia Ross is ill and desperately in need of money to pay her overdue rent. She accepts a job at as a live-in personal secretary in a mansion owning Mrs. Hughes from a new employment agency she's never heard of. One day after she moves in, Julia awakes and realizes it's been 2 days since she first moved in and finds herself in another house, not the one she fell asleep in. Ooh.
Oh.
Alazamorph says, hey, I love your guys' videos on YouTube, but I've never been to the stream before. Welcome. And have fun, as Drew says. Moving on to number 3. There's 2 left, so I'm going to rocket through these as fast as I can. From 1947, Boomerang.
I gotta switch from whiskey to White Claws.
All right, White Claws, take it away.
I think this is a murder mystery set in the Australian outback, where a killer lures innocent folk, naive folk, into the wild and then slices their head off with a boomerang.
Wow. It's right there in the title. Boomerang, I will mention, also is with an exclamation point.
Oh.
He does it very excitedly with the
Yes. Well done. 5 seconds.
Well, this is it. But how I'd say, what I believe in Boomerang is I believe it's Boomerang not in the literal sense, but in a general, kind of the more metaphorical sense.
Okay.
In which there is a detective, and he's constantly just trying to ignore this one case. This one woman keeps coming to him, keeps asking him, and he keeps telling her, no, I can't help you find your husband. And yet she keeps coming back like the world's worst boomerang.
Or the best boomerang.
Or the best boomerang.
I'll bring the bottle for me and the gun for her.
Oh, my.
I think it is a guy who ends up, I think it's Australian film, Australian noir, because those are really famous.
Yeah, of course.
I think it's a guy who ends up being ejected from a town, basically, because he ended up sleeping with the wrong person's wife. And he gets ejected, but he comes back because he knows that she loves him and he needs to rescue her. So he ends up killing. I think I'm guessing it's either a mafioso or it's the mayor or it's something like that. So it's a bit of a Western, but it's in Australia.
An Australian.
And they did it as
Western.
a noir film.
Ooh.
It's all
A solid guess. Oh.
It's all coming back to me. I'm gonna go with Noah. I'm gonna go with Noah's thought, but it's not a person that keeps. This is a modern morality tale.
Ooh.
That tells us that what goes around comes around. And as someone descends into a seedy life of negativity and lust and greed, it eventually all comes back to him. And he's, I don't know, strangled by a telephone cord, as these movies tend to play out or something like that.
Classic noir. There's always a strangulation scene by telephone cord.
He realized, if only I hadn't been such a prick, I never would have
All
happened.
right, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to read the synopsis and make a case as to why yours is correct. This is a tough one. I want to watch this movie, Boomerang from 1947.
It's a famous one.
Being called a semi-documentary, as the film was based on a true murder case, Boomerang tells the story of an ex-serviceman who is accused of murder only to be proven innocent by the only man who believes his story, the prosecutor.
Oh.
So he came back to society? I don't get the boomerang.
I'm not sure about that one either. I'm sure there's a line somewhere in there that's like, justice is just a boomerang or whatever. I'm probably going to give it to...
back to hit you.
I'm going to give the point to Noah. No arguments needed. The final one.
Metaphorical one.
accidentally in chronological order, I just realized all of these films, but the last one from 1952 is called Stolen Face. Five, 4, 3, 2.
Well,
I gotta
he
give
took
up.
his
Face.
Shit, damn it.
Noah sighed first, but never committed, so I'm going to give it to Drew. Go ahead, pal.
I think it's a play on saving face. And I think it's about a guy in a position who, he has admirers and he's got to save face the entire time. And so, maybe he's gotten caught cheating, or I think perhaps more likely that he's been caught gambling and he's trying to save face, but they are after him for the debts.
Ah, I see. Next up would be Eric.
What's the title again? Sorry.
Stolen Face.
Stolen
from
Face.
1952.
It's
Googling it currently.
No. Sorry, I'm typing in the chat for this.
Could you spell that for me?
Stolen face.
How do you spell face?
Google, fuck off.
The PHA.
Face. No. Is it about a grand heist? I almost wanted to go too much of a joke, but I'm not going to. Where a head of a statue is stolen, and a detective needs to hunt it down. And it's like the stolen face, or like a haunted mask in a museum.
Okay.
It's like, who could resist the stolen face? It's never existed. No one can own it because it keeps getting stolen through history.
Well, that's fun.
Guys, I gotta go write a treatment to a movie.
Yeah, I'll be right back. Frantically Googling Stolen Face
Nice.
Masks, the film. 5 seconds left.
This bourbon was clearly aged in a hard lemonade barrel.
All right, I'll bite.
I think Stolen Face is the story of a serial identity thief. And he's always, in a way, metaphorically stealing people's faces. But in this one instance, he's stolen the identity of someone in order to con a woman out of her money. But then he falls in love with her.
Ooh.
And how can he have a romance when he has a stolen face?
That's fun. That's cool. I enjoy that. There's one person who hasn't answered yet. Yes? Is that Noah?
Noah.
You began with a sigh and ended with pure silence.
Your
ahead.
art, by the way, Noah, for Stolen Face is amazing.
It's almost like everyone said any answer that I could have come up with.
Almost.
It's almost like I wanted to make a face-off joke, and then I was like, no, it'll be a thing about maybe a statue, or maybe it'll be something about stolen identity. So no, I got no answers. Because I had all the answers.
Give us an answer of some kind, Noah.
The answer is, it's actually not just a pure sci-fi movie, a pure noir movie, it's a sci-fi noir movie.
Okay.
It is a story of literally stolen faces. These people are showing up in this town with no face.
Oh,
and
no.
our pretty hard-boiled detective is currently trying to find where are these faces going.
No, I'm not going to lie to you. You're pretty close.
Wait, what?
What?
Yeah.
Excuse
so
me.
Paul, I want to see this movie as well. Paul Heinried of Casablanca fame. He played Salazar. He's a plastic surgeon, Dr. Philip Ritter, who has a whirlwind romance with a concert pianist. This seems irrelevant. I don't know why I wrote that down. But she's engaged to another man. Meanwhile, Philip tries to move on by reconstructing the face of Lily Conover, a convict, into Alice's double. Then they get married, and Dr. Ritter tries to aid her in reform, but she makes his life absolutely hell until one day Alice returns, having waited for him. What?
Whoa.
Actually, King of
Yeah.
Autumn got pretty close because King of Autumn
Yeah.
guessed plastic surgery.
Yeah, it's basically Face Off, but with a romance.
That's
subplot and
amazing.
some
All right.
weird
Especially that they
stuff
came up
happening.
with that before plastic surgery was like a thing.
Really? I mean, he's a
got-
plastic surgeon. I'm assuming reconstruction of
A
some kind was a
widespread
thing.
maybe.
Like I
Apparently
don't think
she's
it
a-
was. I think they did it only like to
Not as
repair.
robust. Not as robust
Yeah.
as
Not
it
as
is
robust
today,
as, yeah.
however.
Not in the way
Wasn't
of
quite the
reconstructing your
elective
face into
surgery that
another
it is now.
person.
Yeah.
Nice.
One
half a point
day-
to King of Autumn for plastic surgery. Yes. Sorry, go ahead.
One day I'm gonna go through all of these old game scores again, and I'm gonna figure out how many points chat has.
But not today. Noah,
Not today.
declare our winner.
Well, because of the extra point that they got at the top of the show in the intro, it would seem that Eric is our
There it is.
what?
All right, my friend, you get 60 seconds to give us a full recap of the entire show thus far. On your mark, get set, go.
The city of lights is full of shadows. And I'd say a man's down on his luck, if luck exists at all. Well, a case came my way, so I went looking. But despite the rude people in the city, I found more than I bargained for. Sometimes a hot baguette can't assuage the pain you feel when you realize just how sick and twisted this world is. I went to her apartment. Eliza. A pretty girl. She's not Gwen. And what I saw, well, I knew by the time this was done, it would change me. Forever.
All right, friends, you ready
Okay.
to dive in?
Let's do it.
That's
Let's
amazing.
2, let's go.
do it. Dun, 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 dun.
Noah, you've been drawing some great stuff, man.
So sick.
Thank you.
Great stuff. The baguette got me.
Oh, yeah? I see.
I pick up a picture with the 3 men in top hats and Eliza tied to the chair, then head back to the friendly old man in the shop. I bust into the that should say shop. I bust into the shop. And thrust the picture at the man. Where is she? This whole city stinks worse than a roll of camembert, and I think you know something.
I'll never talk.
Says a top hat man.
You'll have to make me.
You look around the room with and see a poker next to the unlit fireplace. You grab it and take a swing I grab it and take a swing at one of the top hat men. He ducks and I miss, but it startles all 3 of them enough that they back away from Eliza in the painting.
What?
And run off.
Wait.
She looks at me. All right.
Oh, they were in the room.
I thought you were going to see the old man, so I was like, already do old man, and then it
All
was
right.
someone
we
else.
came back to the house and found 3. Well, we need to retry.
We're going to drink to forget. But
Drink to forget.
Yikes.
I did a big typo that I said show instead of shop.
Ah.
So
Oh, I
that
see.
Well,
actually-
I also want to say that a man with a top hat ducking and being able to dodge you swinging, that's impressive because he's got to duck extra
That's
low, right? Like
that's
that's
lot
a
of
deep
depth.
lunge.
That's a
I have a
plie.
deep duck for my tall hat.
To use the ballet term.
A lot of people didn't realize that 1920s Paris, the most popular pastime was actually the limbo. It had just
Oh, yeah.
A man in a top hat, plies away from your swing. That's a line they missed in Noir.
I have excellent motion in my hip flexors.
All right. I'm hitting enter again. I've fixed the problem. So,
Mysterious P had also redeemed that they wanted us to sniff the painting for anything suspicious. We could probably sniff the photograph.
I'll sniff the photograph.
Yeah.
Didn't we already sniff? I thought we sniffed.
no, we misread
like,
that it was a
It
smell.
was snuff, Drew. We were doing snuff earlier. You missed out.
All right. I bust into the shop. I bust into the shop and thrust the picture at the man. Where is she? This whole city stinks worse than a roll of camembert, and I know you know something. The old man looks at me with wide eyes open.
I swear, I know nothing. I've never seen this girl in my life.
You slap the photo down. I slap the photo down on the counter and lean close to his face. If you know what's good for you, you'll tell me what you did with her.
God.
The old man yells out to his customers.
A code 7! A code 7!
He reaches under the counter and pulls out a double-barreled shotgun.
Oh, God.
We're a
Holy-
badass. We gain a
He is
point.
Oh
This is
my
a
gosh.
situation. Oh, we're a badass. We didn't do anything, but we gained a point for being
Yeah.
I think the old man's the main antagonist. I think he's like the mafioso guy.
Everyone, what is the shop? What kind of shop is this?
Oh, what kind of shop is
What do they
this?
sell?
Well,
double
Noah put
barrel shotgun.
cheese.
Yeah, cheese is fun. We're in Paris. Maybe
I
it's
was
like a trinket store, and he's got like an old broken down accordion with no buttons left, and
I have
a
a broken
pipe.
down accordion next to me right now.
What's
Oh,
something
wow.
I could grab and throw in his face,
A
everyone?
broken down accordion with.
I'm
no
not going to
buttons
grab an accordion and throw it at an old
left. All
man.
right, fine.
Why not?
What about what if he has like a glass of water on his table? Maybe he's got or an inkwell that he uses to scratch in notes or something and throw the ink in his face.
Are you saying that he pulls a double-barreled shotgun and our
Yes, yep.
protagonist grabs a glass of water and
Yes.
Like that, you jerk.
like
That
as
is
if he's a,
exactly, yes.
Well, I never.
how dare you point a gun at me?
How about you, sir? I don't know. I'm the only one giving answers here. Someone help me.
Inkpot it
I like
is.
throwing accordions. I don't know.
I like a stool.
Oh yeah, there we go.
I mean, yeah.
I feel like a stool's very noir. So they can get the breaking wood.
Oh, the hot baguette that you haven't finished yet. Your unfinished baguette. Throw
pretty good.
Throw. You showed him the picture. Is it still in the frame? Can you throw the picture at him?
Yeah,
I
give
know
him a
we need
paper
it
cut.
for later.
Picture's on the counter right now. I slammed it on the counter.
Can you just lift the barrel of the gun?
Yeah, bend it like
Grab
a
the
movie
gun and like get him in the gut with it or something.
star. What does a detective always have in his pocket?
If the bourbon.
A rolled cigarette.
A flask. You throw your flask at him.
Flask is good.
I'll throw an inkpot in his face.
Oh, what?
Yeah, I was been typing
Why
that
we
the whole
even
time.
bother looking for
I-
something?
I-
You had it
I-
all
I
along.
said 5 times I'm gonna throw the figure. I think a
I
couple
didn't
times.
hear any.
Or
I don't know if
threw it
I
once or
believe
twice.
that. I don't know.
I grabbed the
think
opening
you're
pot.
gaslighting
You were
me.
busy riffing, I think.
I grab the open ink pot in the counter and throw it in his face. I reach behind the counter and grab a large ink pot. I pull back my arm, make a twisting motion, and throw the ink pot at the man.
Wow.
The ink pot hits him in the face and shatters. Black ink splatters all over him. He roars and lowers his shotgun.
A code 7. Well, I'll be damned. Now look what you did. You got me all dirty.
Dude, you pointed a gun at me.
I think we were within.
My suit is ruined.
You know how much the suit cost? We're in France.
I just got it tailored.
There's no dry cleaners on this street.
What is a code 7? Is this man like is this trafficking ring in his basement? Is he yelling it to all of the men around?
I just
him?
imagine the customers actually just being like, what's a code 7?
Yeah, could you? They're all like frantically flipping through notebooks. I wrote this down somewhere.
Someone has
Like
a
a
Fr-
flash
someone has a
sale? I
French to
don't know.
English. Everyone has it's a French to English dictionary. Code
Yeah.
7. Is that some kind of? I don't know what that is in French. Do you know what that is?
Probably a euphemism.
I can't tell.
Je ne pas.
Some kind of religious swear word.
What is a crazy old man saying?
I think well, we know that someone's here with him, right? We know that
Yes,
someone's in the back
undeniably.
room. So he's an imminent threat. I think I'm just going to shoot him.
Oh my God!
I say, sorry, let's give that lie. He roars and lowers his shotgun.
Oh, a code 7. Well, I'll be damned.
He looks down at himself and says,
Now look what you did. You got me all dirty.
well, here's looking at you. I pull out my revolver and shoot him. The man falls to the floor and I scoop up his shotgun. I take several steps backward and yell, everybody get down on the floor. Dozens of people lay on the floor. I put my gun at them and say, come on, I don't have all day. They slowly get up and return to their seats. A woman clutches a small dog in her arms. We turn and see Eliza staring at you from across the room. I was a good guy. I got 10
Yeah.
points.
I don't know about that one.
I'm trying not to
don't know.
Jimmy Fallon this thing, but it's like, why do they have seats? Why are there dozens of people in a thrift shop?
Well,
we
said it
haven't
was a
established-
shop.
This is a cabaret, obviously.
Obviously, it was. He
There's a
was
show
the
happening.
bartender.
Yeah,
It's a
he was the
speakeasy.
bartender, and this is the show. We're gonna look around and see these big
Yeah.
banners that say
She's
"Win a
on a
night."
chair.
Bid for a night with Eliza. We're like, oh,
Is that
Should've
the
just
is that
looked
the end
around.
of Act 2, Jack?
already? It could
I
be.
think so.
Turn and see
We found-
Eliza staring at us
yeah.
from across the room.
We're
It
gonna
makes
go.
sense
I
to
know
me.
this show. It's the spitting image of what I
Is
saw.
that
painted on
early
the
for an
wall.
act 2?
No,
I think
it
we're
makes
good.
sense. We see her across the room.
I don't know.
Mysterious Pete says 10-pointer drink.
Oh, that's true.
All
That
right.
is. We haven't done this in a while, not canonically, but it's enough points that I'm like, yeah, let's do it.
Drink to celebrate.
Did we have a beat with Eliza and then act break?
All right.
Ooh, that sounds good to me. Yeah. Let's see what condition she's in before we.
All right.
See, my guess is Jack guessed it from the beginning that Eliza is into it, whatever's happening.
Did I guess that?
I thought you guessed that. Wasn't it you? I thought someone said it.
I'm not that clever, though I appreciate it.
Do you notice that we're both more talking like this to each
Can't
other
help
than we normally do?
Can't help
It's the black and white. It does it to you.
It's the black and white. I just know it. Everything I see has no color, and thusly my voice must compensate for it. That's the wrong
Country
note.
Bun says the bidding will begin at 10 baguettes. I bid 11 baguettes.
Hello, everyone. The bidding begins at this baguette.
I left the rest of my baguettes out in my bicycle. I'll be right back.
Yeah, okay. The doors will be closing shortly.
I have
right.
a dozen more. I need to get them.
I call to Eliza. What's going on here? Someone better start talking. Eliza looks at me and says,
It's the 4th anniversary of when my sister was stolen.
Your sister? I say. I saw a photo of a woman who looked like she was tied up and someone was written auction on a banner above her.
That was my sister.
Eliza
Also,
says,
Eliza.
That explains
twins.
everything,
They-
actually.
My twin sister Eliza with an S.
Yeah.
She took her identity, Jack.
Oh, you're
Don't
right.
face it.
Oh, there it is. This is an
And her
axe break
spirit's
right there.
been reincarnated in the cat.
All right, things are getting. Oh, I see. This is good stuff.
I'll get back here.
I don't think. Lyle, please, you star of the show. We cut back to the cat. What's the cat doing right now to end our second act?
Oh, he's wandering by the window, outside of the shop. He sees a broken down accordion in the window. He wishes he could play the keys with his soft paws, but instead, he scratches against the glass. And we zoom out. Act break.
Great. Fade to black.
Yeah.
And buy Fleischmann's Yeast. Friends, let's play a little game between acts. You guys want to do I like my, or the much beloved Fortunately Unfortunate?
How did you come up with Fleischmann's Yeast?
It's a real thing. So there's a radio show I love. There's a radio show called Fleischmann's Yeast Hour.
See,
Everybody
I'm
loves them.
aware of this radio show, but I'm also aware of how stupid that sounds if you don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry. Out
What
of
are you guys
context,
doing? I'm
it
just
just-
listening to the Yeast Hour.
I was just trying to think of, did they sell Fleischmann's Yeast back
So-
They
then?
did.
So,
Basically,
yeah.
it was like, hey, everybody, it's Sunday afternoon. Why don't we tuck in for an afternoon? Sponsored by Fleischmann's Yeast. Today, Murder on the Orient Express. Brought to you by
they-
Fleischmann's Yeast Hour.
Or they do it the other way even. Sometimes they'd be like, 7 people caught on a train, going to nowhere but their doom. But first, do you want your bread to rise? Why don't you try Fleischmann's Yeast?
I hadn't quite figured out how to segue into the
Not at
ad
all.
break yet, so-
Anyways, and then they come to the act breaks and they'd be like, and I turned into the car and he was dead. In 10 minutes, we'll be back to the action, but first a word from our sponsor, Fleischmann's Yeast.
But, Jonathan, this bread is too flat.
Why, have you tried Fleischmann's Yeast? Do you remember during the
Fleischmann's
war?
yeast?
We used to try all the yeasts. But we learned, we take anything we get. But we learned that Fleischmann's made our bread rise the quickest.
It's hard to get yeast in the trenches.
Why,
Mom,
this is a
I want to
tall-
eat tonight, but you have to use Fleischmann's.
Billy, you know I always use Fleischmann's. I love it
Oh,
for its
gee, Mom.
pure consistency.
Fleischmann's for a porous, firm bread that'll make you rise in the morning.
Oh, God.
All right. Anyways, let's play some Fortunately Unfortunately. A quick game of elimination. Drew, if you haven't played this with us before, it's quick, it's easy, and it's hilariously violent for all those involved. Basically, we begin with a statement of, fortunately, we'll make it film noir style. I will say, fortunately, a new case crossed my desk this morning. After which Eric, who's next in line, would say,
Unfortunately, my glasses broke, so I couldn't read it.
after which Drew, who's next in line, would say,
Fortunately, the dame came in my door and told me all about it.
after which Jesse would say,
Unfortunately, she spoke German, and I only have a smattering of it.
and carry on, Noah.
Unfortunately, I had my German to English dictionary handy.
Unfortunately, as previously mentioned, my glasses are broken.
Fortunately, I know the only language worth speaking, the language of love.
Oh.
Unfortunately, she wasn't into it.
Fortunately, it was 1920.
Oh,
God. All right. no.
Unfortunately,
No,
it
no,
was.
you're cut. You're cut.
Game's over. This has been the Fleischmann's Yeast
I'm
Hour.
sorry. I was gonna say, unfortunately, it was 1920.
Jesse, in true Fleischmann's Yeast fashion, please give us a full recap of everything that's happened thus far. You have 60 seconds, a Fleischmann's Yeast minute, if you will, starting now.
We're on the hunt for Eliza. We asked several people, most of whom were not very helpful. But the old man in the shop was. What did he sell? Well, we hadn't figured out yet. We left the shop. We went to Eliza's apartment. We found several photographs of her tied to a chair, including one that had been turned into a mural on the wall with a large banner saying "Bid on a night with Eliza" and 3 men in top hats. We knew something fishy was up, so we grabbed the picture and brought it back to the old man, demanding answers. He called it a code A7 and started shooting at us, but luckily we threw some ink at him and then shot him dead. That's when Eliza turned up and revealed that it wasn't her. It was her sister, gone missing 4 years ago.
Amazing. And now we take ourselves into the final act, friends. Does anybody have a title to pitch?
The cat meows at midnight.
Oh, there it is. At 10:30 in the morning.
10:30.
On Tuesday at 10:30.
A cat meows at 10:30 on a Tuesday. The final act of A Cat Meows at 10:30 on a Tuesday in Paris, starring none other than Norm Macdonald. Y'all ready for this final act? I'll take that as a resounding
Yes.
Oh, good. Thank God.
We were being silent and stoic, Jack.
Yeah,
Oh, good.
sorry.
Sorry.
We're
Give me
all
some
drunk
more silence,
detectives
stoicism.
right now.
I really appreciate the effort that's being poured forward for the legitimacy of this genre. Should turn the drum kit off. There we go. Camera comes in through the window as all the ads fade into the distance. Silence reigns on the streets. We punch in through the window past the cat staring at the accordion into a cabaret house. Eliza stands on the stage, silently staring at our hero. What does he do, Eric?
He's dumbfounded.
Silence continues to reign. Maybe there's an internal monologue they forgot to record ADR for.
I think he lowers the gun
Oh,
first
hang on
and
a minute,
foremost.
Eliza. I'm monologuing in my head.
No, hold on, let's not get ahead of
Look,
ourselves.
you learn in this business, you gotta think before you say. You sound like an idiot.
Try a couple scenarios in my head there.
Dozens of people stare at you from the many seats around.
All right. This is more than I can take, and my head begins to spin. I feel the sweat drenching my suit. I say, so you've come here for revenge?
Yes, that is precisely what I've come here for.
Well, you certainly got my attention. What is it that you want to know?
I want to know who killed her and why.
You have so little faith in your police force that you believe a criminal has been running around for 4 years without being caught?
Is it cliche if I say, yes, I have that little faith?
No, that's just honesty.
All right, we're going to say it. She says,
Ooh. Oh, I love that. That's good stuff.
is it cliche? Spell cliche.
CLICHE.
The
Like
E
someday
has
something.
an
I
accent.
say,
About the accent.
But it is Paris, so the accent
Oh, that was
is...
an
You
accent
have to
grave.
have the accent aigu.
I thought that was an accent grave.
It is accent grave. You're right.
No, it goes
Shut up.
It's a good. Doesn't it cliche go up?
Does cliche go up or
Pretty sure
I
it's-
thought did it go back?
It's
'Cause it's
accent.
not cliche.
It's cliche.
Cliche.
Yeah, it's accent.
It's
accent
cliché.
So it's
aigu.
an accent
Yes,
aigu.
accent aigu.
Accent aigu, yeah.
Sorry.
Okay.
I got them mixed up in my head. I apologize. It's been
That's
a
okay.
bit.
Grave is grave. Leads downwards to death. That's how I remembered it as a 12-year-old in
It's
French
a good
class.
mnemonic, actually.
Yeah. No, that's it.
I learned something new today.
Oh, you're welcome.
My
Oh, wow,
Chinese
you got the
name.
accent and everything.
She says.
That's the kind of effort we put forward in this show.
Yeah. She
Is it
says.
cliche if I say yes? I lost my faith long ago.
I look at her and I say, it would appear you have more spirit than your sister. She looks down at the floor.
We're not all the same.
True. But I can't help you.
Why not? You know who did this, don't you?
Yes, but it wasn't just one person, it was a group. Eliza's face turns red with anger.
So you're protecting all of them.
So it's something in the Force.
Is it the 3 men in the top hats that are on that mural in my
I
apartment?
mean,
that
this
got
was
hurt?
Eliza's apartment that we went to that had photographs
painted
and
that. I didn't.
paintings of these men.
I
Surely
think
she
they're
could have put
police
2 and 2
officers.
together.
That's why she can't go after them.
Oh, I see.
Right?
We're
And he
protecting
knows
them.
that they're criminals, but he can't put them away.
Well, I think.
Because what's going to happen to his career?
Yeah, I think he wants to do it through the law, right?
Yeah.
I see.
I mean, I
He
did
needs to
just
catch
shoot
them
him
in the act.
Just throw it.
We did just shoot a man. Yes.
I
But
keep
he-
giving
he
them
pointed
rope
the
every
gun.
day, but they never tie anyone else up.
Choose between your career or the dame.
We just. Let's go back just one line. Eliza's face turns red with anger.
So you're protecting all of them?
You say, no. We just have to do it through the law. She stares at me for a few seconds and says,
What law? The law of thugs?
I clear my throat and say, we have a set way of doing things. I can't just go around handing out justice based on my own moral compass. Eliza's voice trembles as she speaks.
So what do I have to do? Go back to my village and pretend my sister never came home?
I'm sorry.
Whoa, boy.
Red Gamer Soul redeemed that one of the guys in the top hat was a lady, and that's how they get close to their victims.
Oh, okay.
I'll notice it in the,
Scan the room.
You notice a ponytail under the top hat.
Wait a minute. That woman's in a top hat. I only know one woman who wears top hats, and that's in a painting I saw 10
That's
minutes
Top
ago.
Hat Sally.
Known criminal Top Hat Sally.
Oh, that's why they call her that. Ah, makes sense now.
I thought it
I
was just 'cause
never
of
had
her-
put it together before.
I thought it was just because of a tall forehead.
That's
That was
because
the
all of her
third
hats were
time.
simply the tops.
Oh, sorry.
Mysterious
It
Beast
was
says
the
this is the
third.
third time that Red requested it. Boy,
Oh,
I'm
no.
not getting any notifications. I'm going to have to fix some
All
things
right.
in my OBS. Sorry, guys.
I'm sorry, Red.
It's
I
been a
can't see the
mess.
chat right now, and I'm
Thank
typing.
you so
I'm
much
sorry.
for
I
your
was
OBS.
watching the chat, but I said I was gonna watch it for Jack, and that's on my bad, Red Gamer Soul. So sorry. If I could give you back the I don't know how many points that is now. 1,400
1,500?
points. 1,500 points. Oh yeah, there's 750. It's 1,500 points that you deserve back.
Wait, how much is it to redeem? Is it 750?
750.
Oh, boy. Yeah, he did it 3 times.
Yeah, 1,500 points.
That'd be twice. Be one more though after that.
No, but the 750 he pays for it. That's all.
Hmm.
If we could give it to you
One,
for
and then
free, Red,
1,500 for,
we would.
But we
I
can't,
think
so
for that
won't.
we should just try to call someone Red, a character Red in the.
Well, the name of the woman.
Red.
Retail Sally.
It's
Top
Red.
Hat Sally in a red suit. It's cool. I just wanted to make it into the story. Well, I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. That's on me. I was supposed to watch it for Jack, and I was watching the funny parts, but I wasn't seeing the
Drew,
redeems.
you do it again. we're
Emmy
gonna throw an ink pot
Award-winning
at you.
failure, Drew.
Damn it!
Everything
We're
I
gonna
ever wanted.
rescind your Emmy nomination is what we're gonna do.
All right,
I
so
melted
now
it down
then,
already. I needed it for the drugs.
for the belt buckle.
You can't
I
take
framed
that
it.
nomination to the
I
bank. I
melted
already
it
did.
down and forged an Oscar out of it.
You know, like a real award statuette.
All right. Just give me 1 second to
They'd give
check
it to you for
my
free,
spelling.
but then they'd have to kill you. says
Right.
Dr. Goss.
I notice in the shop a lady under a painting of a top hat.
Wait a minute.
The top hat perfectly hovers over her head. Of course! One of the top hat men was a woman. That's how they get close to their victims. You, I say to the woman, you're part of this. Where does your gang work out of? She stares at me and gets up slowly.
You know, it's funny you should ask that.
She walks over to me and looks up at my towering figure. I'm a big man. I get told that a lot.
Big,
ruins
strong
the
man.
dramatic tension of her
I have
comment.
been working out ever since I came to Paris, and I'm glad someone's noticing.
Side note, it's Paris, and we've still met no one with a French accent.
Now that I
Okay,
look,
all right, fine then, Noah. All right, Mr. Cheek.
our femme fatale.
No.
Fine.
It's funny you should ask that.
She walks over to me and looks up at my
Another German.
towering figure.
You wouldn't happen to know a man named Raymond Chandelier, would you?
Raymond Chandelier.
Raymond.
I look down at her and say, maybe. Why does it matter? She points at the sign on the wall of the shop. A top hat with a smiley face on it.
Because he was my partner.
It's Gwen!
It's Gwen.
How did we not recognize her before now?
I shaved my head and wear a top hat all the time.
Wow.
Also, I've adopted a French accent.
French
Stay in the
accent.
sky.
I am definitely not French. It's Gwen! He was my partner. Now we recognize her. This is the face of Gwen. What has she been up to all this time? Why she's been kidnapping women? I'm kind of glad things are over with Gwen, to be honest. I was kind of worried about Raymond's
happened to you,
condition
Gwen?
for a while.
I like beautiful women, but I like them tied up.
Oh boy. Gwen was not Eliza. Gwen was the woman of the 3 top-hatted people kidnapping Eliza.
Mm-hmm.
And Gwen was his lover at the beginning. They mentioned
Yes.
Gwen. That he's been like, where's Gwen?
She had left us
Yeah.
in the past. A quick sort of recap. Gwen and Raymond had been together for many years until one day she up and left him without a trace, leaving him alone, heartbroken in New York City. Wanting to get away from it all, he moved to the farthest place he could think of, which was Paris, France. the other side of the world. Timbuktu, he called it. Timbuktu of Europe. Paris.
Out of all the French baguette shops I had to walk into and shoot a man, why did it have to be hers? The blonde curls fall away from her face, and it's the face that haunts my dreams. Gwen, it's you. I dropped my gun.
I'm sorry. I had to do it.
She turns away from me.
I'm sorry.
She begins to sob. We stand there for a while, both unsure of what to do next. Finally, she says,
We have to leave. The rest of the gang will be here soon.
I follow her out of the shop, head into the street. Where are we going?
My place. This has gotten so interesting.
I'm not getting kidnapped.
Weird situation. So hold on. She left us, moved to Paris, and became a racketeer in a kidnapping circle. We show up. We're looking for Eliza. Turns out she's connected. We recognize her in the crowd, and we're like, oh, my God, it's you. What are you doing here? Well, actually, she comes over and is like, I recognize you. You were my partner. We realize that it's Gwen. Drop the gun. Is she playing us right now? This is playing a little bit too perfectly.
I
I'm
think
worried that we're
backstory
getting
of
kidnapped.
Gwen.
Okay,
I think
all right.
backstory is she arrived in Paris,
Right.
and they wanted her to be the one tied up on the chair, but no. Well, then listen. You gotta help us get some. And so she was forced into it.
I see. She was kidnapped
Mm-hmm.
and then was.
But she was
to earn her
kidnapped in
freedom.
circumstance, and I had to make a decision. And so, I am sorry.
But now that we're here, I guess we can help her escape.
Huh?
In my mind, I was thinking, tell me if this is... Because we're half an hour from end of show at latest.
We sure are, yeah.
I'll let the AI say it, but I thought maybe it was her family business. And when she got old enough, they brought her in. And you have to make that decision between...
And that's why she ran away in the first place.
Yeah, they
and
were
left
like...
us.
Because it was time, yeah.
And she knew that we could never accept that.
Did we just kill her father?
Maybe.
No, that was nah.
That guy was totally unrelated to the
Related
plot.
He was just a front man. He doesn't
Yeah.
matter. Take you in. All right.
She was quite a pronounced jaw, Noah. I love it.
I'm gonna go from
Very, French.
very traditional beauty. I'm gonna go back a little bit. I follow her out of the shop and into the streets. Where are we going? I ask.
My place.
She replies. There's nowhere else I would rather be than her place. But that's not the way the world works. Gwen, I have to take you in. We can't do this. I stop walking.
But I thought...
I don't care what you thought. If I don't bring you in, another cop will. Besides, I'm still on duty. I say. Gwen sighs and walks back into the shop. I follow her and she sits down at one of the tables.
I lost my place. I guess no burgers for me.
She says, staring off into space. Oh, Gwen, you always loved those American burgers.
That was good Foley on the drink porn there.
Yeah, that was good stuff. That was good Foley work.
I actually was in for an animation thing once, and the guy handed me a balloon and was like, "We need one last Foley sound. Can you help us out with this?" And I needed to do the squeaky balloon thing. And he said in first take, he was like, "Oh, you should be in Foley work. That was amazing." And I was like, "I squeaked a balloon, dude."
I see. That
Foley
was
has
a
the magical balloon touch.
fascinating story worthy of the Fleischmann's Yeast Hour.
Right? And now,
Man squeaks a balloon
squeaks
is
a
offered a
balloon.
job.
Right?
I'm glad the show stopped for that tidbit of wisdom.
Well, I teased him for it because I thought that was the most absurd thing that anyone ever said to me. You should do Foley work.
You should squeeze balloons more often. That's why I kidnap women in Paris. Any idea where to go from here?
I
Do we cut to
have something.
having taken
No,
her in. What
I
do
have
think?
something.
You order the matzo burger at A&W.
You eat it in front of her.
While
Relishing
this is
every
I'm
bite.
curious. I'm curious what the cat is up to at this point.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
we cut over to the cat. A metaphor for Eliza's life.
He snuck in the door when Gwen went in. He didn't notice us, so we sneak under the table. I just changed narrator POV, but that's okay.
Just second person.
He hides under the third table. He knows what he has to do next.
And now you have to work that in, Eric.
Oh, there's a cat under the table.
All right. I think that's going to be the start of our beautiful friendship. I think
Oh,
we pick up the cat at the end.
Hey, you know what? My brain was exactly
Yeah,
there
yeah,
with
yeah.
you. Yeah.
You know, Pushkins, I think this is a start of a beautiful friendship. A gunshot rings out. Eliza has picked up my gun, and the barrel is smoking. A red blossom starts to spread on Gwen's chest. She's shot in the heart. Gwen slumps forward, face planting on the table. Her blonde curls fall around her face, partially hiding it.
Sorry,
Eliza says again,
but I had to do it.
pick your gun up off the floor and say, I know you did. Come on. We better go before the rest of the gang comes. Eliza nods and leaves with you. You feel like your soul has died with Gwen.
Okay, so first things first. There's a redeem draw something stupid.
Okay.
Oh, great.
Jean-Luc Beaumont and Claude Duval, the two men in the painting with Gwen, coming down a dark hallway with masks on and switchblades in hand.
Ooh.
Not that stupid, I will
gang's
say,
here.
but good
The
use
gang
of
has
the draw
arrived.
something stupid. I think they're
Um,
outside the bar and waiting for us in the next
This
beat.
is an excellent story beat. Eliza has killed Gwen. We knew it had to happen. It breaks our heart, obviously, because this is the only woman we ever loved. But now we're on the run. We're entering the sort of final stretch of our story here. Things, as they say, have hit the fan. Yes, a surprise fourth act here. Oh, Lord. I don't know what to expect.
Well, you see, Jack, actually, we have the
Yeah.
budget for 4 acts now because Fleischmann's Yeast has donated to this stream.
Wow! How
And now we'll take
generous
a
of
break
them.
with our sponsor, Fleischmann's Yeast.
Lord.
I think the burger line, because Country Buns mentioned the burger line again. I think the burger line was like a classic noir line.
Okay.
I think the AI randomly chose burger.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
It was supposed to be
mean?
like,
So I guess there's no more
cigarettes
kisses for me.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. But they
You know what I
swapped
mean?
it out for- AI
Right?
was like, I don't know, he's an American,
shop.
says they're in Paris. There's no burgers in Paris.
You're
All
going
right,
to you're
slap
going to
it in.
jail. You're never gonna eat burgers in jail.
Right? Well, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Like the AI is thinking like, oh, I got to do the noir line here because this is what they say. It's like the one-liner. Well, you'll never be a decent human being. You know what I mean?
It makes sense
Well,
to me
you'll
that
never
she,
be a German teacher.
like,
Yeah.
it's possible the two of you have a history in terms of like enjoying burgers together because you're from the States.
It's true.
Yeah.
And she's clearly very French, so she could have a special connection to them. And knowing that you two are in the same room together, maybe she's like thinking of the burgers that you shared for so many years.
You
and
know
now
what
knowing
I
that
miss
you're
the
bringing her
most? American beef.
in. If you know what I mean.
Specifically burgers.
All right.
We got text.
You leave the store and take one look back at the love of your life and see a black cat nuzzling the side of her leg. She always loved cats. You leave the store and your heart behind. You leave the you arrive at the apartment that Eliza and Gwen were living in. A letter lies on the floor. You pick it up and read. Dear Dad, I have to leave. I've done something horrible and I have to fix it. But I didn't kill her. I loved her with all my heart.
Who?
I-
What?
I mean, it's nice, but I don't know what it is.
What is this?
I feel like if
yeah.
we were, I feel like what it's trying to say is that Gwen didn't actually kill Eliza, and she's trying to make amends for having to go here and do things that she didn't want to, but at least she didn't kill her.
Right, but then
Right.
his dad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, her dad, right?
Old
She
guy
said-
with
Gwen.
Drew
Oh,
Aiken, I
Gwen's
guess.
dad,
Gwen's
who
dad.
owns the kidnapping.
Oh, no, I think
racketeer business?
her dad back home, right? Who she had to leave,
Mon père.
and she's a letter that she
Gwen?
never sent
I
him.
thought you said this was Gwen's family business.
Well, I said that, but the AI didn't said that, Jack. That's
Oh,
what
I
I
see, I
felt.
see.
Like yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
I see. An unsent
it's
letter to her father.
Still
explaining the
confusing.
All
situation.
right, let's retry. Everybody, drink to forget.
All right, drink to forget, everybody.
That was a fun detour.
It was a good detour. Hey, detour. I forgot my water bottle in the other room, and I don't want to stand up.
You leave the store and your heart behind. And the AI has given us you and Eliza walk out of the bistro.
Nothing about that statement was correct.
We sure do.
I like that they continued the cat. Like somehow the cat is in here.
I think that was Eric.
I
was
wrote
Eric,
the
yeah.
cat. nuzzling,
Did you write the
like,
cat
I
in?
wrote
Okay,
the
because
cat.
that was blowing my mind this
It's
whole
very
time.
important.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do we do?
Should we try this one more time, or do we just hit enter and see
I
what
think
happens?
let's just hit enter.
I think the gang's got to be there. They have to. And the cops arrive in time.
I feel like this is a good ending, though. It's like an ending at the beginning of something bigger, you know?
Right. This is the beginning of a better movie.
You arrive at Eliza's apartment, and she walks to the window.
I know what we need.
She says,
We need to find the rest of the black cats and take them down for good.
how do we do that?
I
Oh.
think I know a way.
A few days later, you're following Eliza through the alleys of Paris. You're wearing a large a coat and hat to conceal my identity.
You're wearing a large cat
Excellent.
to conceal your identity.
No one will see me. Meow, meow, meow.
I am simply a pussycat in the Paris.
Do we want to retry one more time for an ending, or does this feel okay?
I feel like. Can we try one more time?
Let's try one more time.
One more
I'm just
time.
desperate for a nice closer, you know?
Yeah.
We might need to do an epilogue, and that's okay.
So we drink to forget.
We sure do.
You do it once or twice. In fact, I do it every night.
The streets are empty, save for a few lonely strays. The wind blows up, and you can feel it chilling your bones in your thin coat. You start to walk towards the station. Liza walks in silence by my side. I arrive in the station in silence. I walk up to the desk, Sergeant. He looks up from his newspaper and he says,
Hello, officers. I trust you have brought in the murderer?
I'm going to change we have to,
Sure. All right.
Turning me in, Raymond?
Find her in there.
Trust you found the murderer. We're close. This is a good one so far.
So he says, I trust you brought in the murderer, and we say,
I trust you brought in the murderer.
A long silence follows. You think about everything that's happened so far. You consider your words very carefully.
Well, have you or haven't you?
Start to do some
I'm
monologue.
still not sure if I
guys wait.
have. I continue to think about it. Maybe
Ask
about
him to
3
hold
blinks
on.
worth of time passes.
there are always more murderers, officer. I'm just gonna
Yeah,
say,
but the one that we had specifically talked before that you had mentioned.
This feels nice.
Saying you didn't bring him in. Is that what you're saying?
Are you? Well, that didn't answer my question at all. And he just walks away.
Eliza and I get on the train. I like the idea you say that. wait.
The doors swinging
No,
shut behind
it can't
us.
be a train. It's got to be a trolley.
What? There are trolleys in France?
We
You
sit
could
together.
pretend.
We sit together.
We can pretend. We're filming in
pretend,
San
Jack.
Francisco.
They didn't know that in
This never
America.
happened.
Eliza and I get on the train. We sit together and hold hands. Partly because we're both scared. Partly because we need each other. The train lurches forward and we wind through the city. We pass by my apartment and I realize I won't be going home tonight. Or ever. A tear rolls down my cheek. Splashes on Glenn's hand. Oh, wait. Red
Imaginary.
coming.
An
Eliza's
imaginary Gwen. We're imagining it's Gwen.
imagining Glenn's hand. Oh, my love. I whisper and hug her close. I feel her tears hit my chest as she cries quietly.
This has been Fleischmann Yeast's production of A Cat Meows at 10:30 a.m. on a Tuesday morning.
Next
The
week
cast
with more
are
Fleischmann
as
Bros.
follows. Norm MacDonald as the one and only Raymond Chandelier.
A fake French lady as his
Yes,
love
some
interest,
French brothers.
Gwen.
David Suchet as everyone else.
Also appearing Sir Patrick Stewart as Ink Splashed Man.
Look what you've
And
done to me.
Norbert
dirty.
the cat. Norbert the cat as himself.
No cats were harmed in the filming of
No
this.
cats were farmed.
Farmed or harmed. Well, no, they're definitely farmed.
We grew all our own cats on site for this. It was great. We were the first Hollywood production to do it, actually.
If you enjoyed this production, tune in next week at 8 p.m. for our next thrilling adventure here at the Fleischmann's Yeast Hour. Have a good night.
I have to say, it was very noir for it to end with him taking her Eliza with him when she had no say in the matter. Like he just like took her on the
Surely
truck.
there was an agreement.
She led us to the station, right?
I guess, yeah, that's true. No, she walks silently by your side.
We just both knew we had to get on a train.
Yeah,
Well,
she
we
just
knew what
knew.
needed to be done.
She knew she needed to leave
Unspoken,
because
but
the Black Cats were going to come get her, which the worst French gang name ever.
When you said the station,
shot
you
in
meant
the
the
wall.
police station, right? Or did you mean the train station?
I think it was a train.
There's a police
I
station outside a
fully
train
thought you
station?
meant police station, and then you were like,
don't
"We
think-
get on the train."
I don't think I said station. It said station.
Ah, okay. Either way,
Um,
that's quite a bittersweet ending. I really
Oh
appreciate
my
that.
God, you're totally right. In my brain, that was train station, but you're right. It's a police station.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
what,
it's
that's
police
why the
station.
sergeant was there. And I like the idea
Yeah.
that you're just like talking to a man. His sergeant happens to be there at the desk, and you're like, "All right, I'm going on the train,
Right.
pal."
Yeah, I'm going next door to the train station.
See, if it was a full-length feature, we would have met this officer before, and it's the guy that he always talks to before he gets on the train.
Yeah.
Well, actually, Raymond Chandelier is a serialized
Right.
show.
Yeah, I
this is the
forgot.
last episode. Yeah.
Right, I
It's
forgot.
because it was
so
the
we have a
Fleischmann's
long
yeast
running.
hour, not the yeast 2.5 hours.
Yes.
They had to crunch for time.
Not the hour and 10 minutes. Yeah.
the Fleischmann 70 just doesn't roll off the tongue in the same way.
Next season, maybe they'll have more budget. You know?
Here we are, the first radio play of 70 minutes. Why? Because it takes 70 minutes for your bread to rise. With
All right,
Put it in
friends.
now, it'll be done by the end of the show.
I like the
Ready
idea
for
that
the
at the end
oven.
of the show, they just have like a, and that's your bread ready. Have a lovely
Ding,
night,
ding.
everyone.
Have a snack with the epilogue.
Do you hear that ding?
All right, friends, here's what's going to happen. Everybody in the chat, shoot me some song titles, something inspired by our adventure today, the case, the characters, the line of dialogue that you found interesting, and I will take them, take the best one, enter it in as a song title here on AI Dungeon, and it will generate for us a full-length song that we will sing through together. So go ahead, start shouting them out, and in the meantime, Eric, give us a little postmortem.
Oh my God, I'm so happy with this one, guys. Like, this was so noir in my mind.
Yeah.
Like, this was exciting. Did we learn anything? Is there anything we're going to take away from this wonderful story?
Learned you need to pay close attention to the murals mysteriously painted on your walls because what might be a man in a top hat could actually be your long-lost lover.
I learned that if I ever, start an underground criminal ring, I shouldn't paint my plans on the wall of the victim. Drew, did you
Photos don't mean as much as a warm baguette in Paris.
Sometimes you just craving for a good old hot dog, but all you get is a steamy baguette.
No more burgers for me.
You're never in danger if you have your trusty ink bottle by your side.
I think it was actually quite interesting the amount of Americanisms in terms of food there was in this show. Like, it was clearly a man and a woman
Yeah.
well outside of their comfort zone in location, constantly looking
Well, I
for
think it
something
was-
that's not there.
It was based on the original novel that was written by an American writing about people in Paris, and they didn't really do their research.
He had been to Paris, but he doesn't speak
yeah,
French.
he just was
so-
writing what he knew.
Well, when Salinger wrote it,
Go on.
old
he
JD.
was against society at the time, and so his best way to be against American society was to show how uncouth it is in Paris. Right?
So it was a deliberate choice. Like he was.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Noah, if I redeem 750 points right now, will
Yeah.
you draw the tail of the train in the dark tunnel with the single lights, like the 3 lights? You know what I mean?
Oh, you want me to just?
Yeah.
Just
Because I
have-
love
end
this
this
scene, but I'm missing the next frame of this.
All right.
I'll
Let me do
redeem it
this.
right now.
No, I don't
Everybody.
even.
Everybody watch me redeem it.
Huh?
Where is it? Choose a remote, do something stupid, sound like a song, draw something. Boom.
Country Bun says, yeah, Salinger, not J.D. Salinger, the somewhat less famous Kevin Salinger.
Oh, yeah.
K. Salinger.
Yeah.
K. Sal, as they
Salinger.
call him.
That sounds like the worst radio show, like the worst morning radio show.
Fleischmann's Yeast
K-Sal
presents
in the morning.
Kevin Salinger's
Okay, Sal
Cat
in the
Meows
morning.
at 10:30.
Can we talk about, though, the dialogue section where we got, like, a
Oh.
dialogue bit?
That was great. Yeah.
That was cool. Like, it gave us, like, actual dialogue.
Mm-hmm.
I have to say, this was one of the best AI sessions because the other ones I've been on have not had much character
Choose your
moments.
words very carefully.
No, like not as many character moments
Mhm.
as in like the characters actually like saying something, you know what I mean, that moves the plot forward.
Yeah, right.
This
Yeah.
one, I feel like there was everything that was said was really moving it forward.
It's also the dialogue was revealing a lot about the characters. as opposed to
Right?
just kind of
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, it was
flat
very
exposition.
characterized. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well done, Latitude.
Yeah.
Really pulling in
Yeah,
that
thank you
Fleischmann
guys for
yeast
your
money.
work lately. It's been pretty incredible.
Yeah, they did. This was it was really well done.
Maybe we should make a new one, like toast anytime the AI blows our mind. A toast to
Ooh,
latitude.
Mysterious
that's
P
fun.
Mysterious P has redeemed another draw. They want the Will Smith fish from Shark.
Oh, not again.
That was a different artist. Come on.
Wait, what?
So on the show
Oh,
you
boy.
weren't here on.
Oh, no.
Someone redeemed to draw the Will Smith fish from Shark Tale, and poor Chantel's brain melted. Just didn't know what he looked like. Glennis had a
Glennis found
fit,
it very amusing.
just falling apart.
I want to highlight this because I know, Jack, you won't pick this.
Uh-oh.
Ass-Bound Train by Rod Stewart.
I won't, but thank you
That's
for
from
bringing it to my
Country Buns.
attention.
Train
That was
heading
awesome.
straight in my ass.
Wait, okay. Wait.
Friends, I've just
Jack,
posted the
damn
link
it.
to
All
our
right,
song,
Jack.
a French jazz classic. This is Forsaken French Town.
All right. How do I do this?
We thank you
again?
to the Mysterious P for this song title. Let's start divvying this up. Who would like? Well, I guess Drew, you're our guest. Would you like a verse, a chorus, or a bridge?
Let's do the bridge for fun because I think I did verse the first time, chorus the second time. That was
Oh, wow.
disastrous because the music was.
Hey, now,
you know,
all right, come on now, come on.
It wasn't
can
your
say it.
fault.
It was
It wasn't your
bad.
fault. It was
We
the
get it.
internet. It was the
Uh-huh,
internet.
Sure it was. Sure it was.
But I'll try the
Oh my
bridge
God.
this time. Let's see what I can do with the bridge.
Sounds good to me.
These are excellent.
can I
lyrics.
do the
need to
chorus?
stop reading them ahead of time.
Who would like a verse?
I'll do it first. Yeah.
All right, Eric, do you want a verse or a chorus?
Take the chorus.
Go. Here we go. This is my best
is
approximation of Will Smith's character from Shark Tale, having not watched that movie in about, I could not tell you how long. Many, many years. That's my best
Before it came
approximation.
out.
So that's what you get, Mysterious P. There you go. And graffiti blackout. Everyone just wants me to keep adding to this drawing. I can't even get into the song.
Oh, it's beautiful.
I
think
will.
it's the
in
rival
meantime,
gang
let
graffiti.
everybody know. I haven't read through all of the lyrics yet, but I will inform everyone that it is translated from the original French.
Hmm.
So scansion and rhymes might be a little out of place. That's okay. Just adapt on the fly. You're all very talented in that way. I will be playing the original accompaniment, so do bear with me.
Yes.
I have the sheet music open in front of me. Everybody ready?
Wait, who's doing? Am I doing verse 1?
Oh, yes. Verse 1 goes to you. Eric is taking the chorus. I will take verse 2. Drew, you're taking the bridge. Yes?
Excellent.
Okay.
Unless you want verse 2, Jesse. It's up to you.
No, I'm good with verse 1.
All right. Then let me play the introduction for you. A classic. Everyone will recognize this tune right away. Iconic riff.
Like Mama used to play.
Beat up accordion. Shadows of my past surround me, won't let me be at ease. Every day I hear that death is near, no rest for the weary, I've nowhere to flee. All I have are memories, dear memories that drive me to drink. No future, no past. Dear God, will this madness ever pass? Is there no hope left within man? Does life have no meaning?
I have seen the horrors of war, the dead bodies piled up in heaps, I have seen men go mad with power and kill their own brothers for greed. I have seen the darkness looming above the sparkling skies, but still I long to see Paris once more, to smell the smell of coffee in the air. I hear the laughter of children playing hide and seek in the square, strolling down Paris boulevards with my sweet beloved.
I long to see innocent dreams before this world is plunged into eternal sleep. And I ask, does God still watch over us? Yet why does he remain so quiet? Does his hand shelter only some? Are we forsaken? Why are we persecuted? Bloody cross on our gates. Are we destined to die? Does man truly have free will? Is there truly good and evil? Is man truly free to choose where his fate shall be?
Oh, Sartre! I've seen the horrors of war, the dead bodies piled up in heaps. I have seen men go mad with power and kill their own brothers for greed. I have seen the darkness looming above the sparkling skies, but still I long to see Paris once more, to smell the smell of coffee in the air. I hear the laughter of children playing hide and seek in the square, strolling down Paris boulevards with my dear sweet beloved.
Where are you, my dear sweet beloved? Are you alive somewhere in this world? Can you feel me close to you? Can you sense my yearning? Are you there watching over me? Am I still your knight? Even if I'm bound to decay, say you'll meet me after death, when our bodies turn to dust. Together we will rejoice in heaven, my dear sweet beloved.
I have seen the horrors of war, the dead bodies piled up in heaps. I have seen men go mad with power and kill their own brothers for greed. I have seen the darkness looming above the sparkling skies, but still I long to see Paris once more, to smell the smell of coffee in the air. I hear the laughter of children playing hide and seek in the square, strolling down Paris boulevards with my dear sweet beloved. Memories.
Nobody writes a tune like Jacques Brel, I tell you.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, Maurice Chevalier be with us.
I wasn't
very
expecting
ending-
a tune about the occupation
Oh.
of Paris.
Oh, we lost you, Jack, for a second. What?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Have I returned?
Yeah.
Yes.
I was going to say, I wasn't expecting a tune about the occupation of Paris.
That was pretty intense.
Oh,
Okay.
boy.
Oh, the
Wow.
only thing at the end I felt like it needed was in heaven.
Because she's dead.
Yeah,
We get it.
right?
Get it? Get it?
Because the
Get
love
it.
is
Get it,
dead.
get
That
it,
was the
get it,
only thing I
get
was
it.
like, it needed to put in heaven at the end.
The original one in French is in the cemetery. And everyone was like, that's a bit on the nose.
Le
Jacques, when we're
cemetery.
translating it, we gotta tweak it
Yeah.
a bit.
Because she died and we buried her in a mausoleum.
It's less worthy in
6
French. I don't
feet
know.
under.
It's poetic in my language.
Oh, love to see it. Friends, thank you all so much for joining us today on this film noir edition of AI Dungeon Crawlers. I'd like to thank my beloved friends, Eric, Jesse, Noah, and of course, Drew, for joining us this week. Black and white, strangely misteched, and with a story to boot. What a hell of a story today. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you for the 2 single claps from Healed Boyle and Red Gamer Soul. Truly, the Citizen Kane of our era is that right there. Oh, God. Beautiful. Friends, if you enjoyed this show, you can go follow us on YouTube at AI Dungeon Crawlers or type !YouTube into the chat to get a link straight to us. This VOD will be available come tomorrow morning at, I guess, about 10 or so. If you want
10:30
some
on a
more,
Tuesday,
10,
maybe?
10:30 or so. You can also find us, we have a Discord. If you type !Discord into the chat, you can join us and join the conversation there. You can also find us on Instagram at AI Dungeon Crawlers. And of course, if you enjoyed the show, you can subscribe here on Twitch if you want to give us some money. We also have a tip jar down below if you feel so inclined. But of course, every single time, you can just share the word, spread the word, get more people involved in these crazy weekly adventures that we take. AI lately has been killing it. So special shout out to Latitude and all the hard work that they're putting forward. Have I missed anything, my friends?
I don't think so. You
Let's
did.
just do
Except
the
to
word
say,
thing. Oh.
like, I'll have to say, sorry, Eric. I
Go.
didn't mean to cut you off.
I was just saying, let's end, but go.
We should end then. But no, I just wanted to say Jack doesn't get enough credit as well. Isn't he fantastic?
I think
Yeah,
I get
those
the
keys,
exact
man.
amount of credit that I'm due.
Yeah, you don't hear him talk
No.
about himself in private. Jeez.
Right. Yeah, he just
Yeah,
talks
you
about
haven't
himself.
done a little bit big.
As soon as we're done the
God.
show, guys, wasn't the playing with...
Guys, I don't think you understand how hard it is to play 129 keys, so I need a little round of applause. Thank you very much.
Yeah, seriously.
And I only say that I have 80.
I only say that
Yeah,
there's
man.
88, but there's 2 keyboards, and I'm playing them both. So, friends, as we end every single week, a word of advice that we impart upon you. Drew, just so you know, you're going after Eric. Let's just do this one word at a time. However
Long.
Your Whoops, I jumped the gun.
Cat.
My apologies.
Cat.
May.
B.
Remember.
Never.
Cut.
It.
Short. However long your cat may be, remember, never cut it short.
Unless it's this stream. Good night, everybody. We are